Hey, Exit Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. We're on another seed collection video where we're looking at our plants in our garden and we're collecting the seed before we hit fall that we want to be able to plant for next year. So one of the plants that I'm going to introduce to you is this one here. This scientific name is Gaillardia. Common name is blanket flower. This is a native wildflower in this area. So they are here. They have been here for quite some time. And some nurserymen at some point in time thought that this would be a great perennial to show or to have other people have in their garden. So with this, it is a perennial. It is a native. However, there is some variance in the style of the leaves and the coloring. This is kind of your standard coloring here, the red inside fading to yellow. But every once in a while there is a sport or a genetic change that changes the coloring. And that did happen here in my patch. I did have some Gaillardia, and this is a spent blossom, but it's what we're going to be working with. But you can see that the petals of this one, though they're spent, were actually petals of this one, though they're spent, they were actually yellow the entire way. So this is one of those yellow seed heads. And this is the target plant that we're going to be looking at. So this individual plant here. So this is my target plant here. You can see that on this, the blossoms right here, if we were to look at a regular blossom, we would have some orange or some red that would come in there. This one is all yellow. So these are pure yellow blossoms. And I've been monitoring this one all throughout the year, and this is definitely one that I want to isolate and develop a seed line of. Now, it has been in amongst the other patch, so probably only a portion of these plants will actually be the yellow, this pure yellow blossom, and then some of them will actually be reverted back to the original color. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all of the seed that comes off of this, and I'm going to grow them in an isolated location where I can control the pollination of the plant. And I'm going to pollinate it back towards itself. So if I get, one or two plants that are yellow, I'm going to cross those together, and that will increase my number of yellow plants. And I'll just keep doing that generation to generation to generation until I have a pure yellow strain. So this is going to be one of those selective breeding cases. So right now I've got two seed pods here. So I've got this one and I've got this one, and they're both on this singular yellow plant. So that's what I'm going to collect today. Let's get you a little bit wider. It's going to go into my standard Ziploc bag that I've been using. And I'm going to just open the bag. I'm going to find my seed head of my plant, untangle it. I'm going to physically break it off so that I get the entire seed head intact. And then I'm going to place it into my Ziploc bag. And I know that that's going to be my yellow. This is off the same plant, same deal. I'm just going to break these off, and I'm going to get that entire seed head, and it's going to go in my Ziploc bag. Okay, so right there I have a whole bunch of genetic information in those seeds, and hopefully a high percentage of those will be this straight yellow flower. So when I looked online for Gaillardia, I did only see one other variety of pure yellow Gaillardia. So I know there is one that exists. This is the first yellow that I've seen actually come out of either of my two patches, or actually three patches. I have them in three patches here around the property. And it's the first yellow that I've actually seen that's straight yellow out of the hundreds of plants that have come up. So I'm going to just select this one, and what I may end up doing is if I can get a good number of these to grow, I'm actually might come in and remove all of my existing Gaillardia and replace them with the yellow, and then I can use my actual physical garden as my breeding location. So that would be me eliminating any flower except the yellow ones, and then just leave the red and yellow, or I'll eliminate all of these and only keep the yellow ones. So I won't have that genetic material going back in to my patch. So this is, because it's the only one, I'm imagining it's a recessive trait. So that means I need to make sure that I'm always crossing it with itself. Hazards with that is you can get a weaker plant since you're selecting one with recessive traits, but we'll work with that and see how it goes. So I'm pretty excited about a straight yellow blanket flower, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is one that's probably more enjoyable, and it's going to be tougher when I come in to select these, because there are a lot of plants here that have set seed. Gaillardia does do a really good job at setting seed, but it's also quite gorgeous. So we'll keep selecting out the yellow seed pods as they continue to ripen. And then once we get a good number of them, we'll clear this area out of the red and yellow and just plant strictly the yellow for our pollination and seed collection goals. Anyway, I hope you're learning something. I hope you're enjoying Ag Teacher Thoughts.